everybody. Welcome back. Another, long-awaited episode of Post-Fades and Cheesesteaks. We do apologize. We've been as consistent as the Eagles' offense lately. Run
Yeah,
into a lot of technical issues getting the pod episodes recorded and then uploaded, and so it's been a little bit of a journey to get this shit back together. But we're here, and we weren't avoiding this because of the Eagles' losing streak. We just couldn't get get it together. But hot off the heels of a overtime
I don't know why
loss.
we would have come back. Yeah, for
Yeah,
this episode, this is what we
yeah.
waited for. It really was like I could go about my day to day. Okay. This last game was the limit. I needed to vent. You're like therapy. I needed anger out of my body.
I don't even like
This was,
I'm looking at the stat sheet and I'm just like this game feels like it didn't even like doesn't exist. Like this is the strangest game I've ever watched.
and you say that, but this is like the third game we've had like this season. It reminded me a lot of the Packers game, just uglier, much uglier. But it
Hmm.
reminded me of the Packers game, gave me a little bit of vibes of the Lions game. Um, I don't know. Like just no one wanted to like the Eagles are just they're a bad offense. They are bad. Like the word bad has to be associated with the word offense in Eagles. Bad is in like the bottom of the league. Like when you start talking about shitty offenses, the Titans, Browns, the Saints, the Eagles should be in that room. They are a very bad offense. They can't do anything well. The last fucking four games, they've scored 19 points,
Hmm.
15 points,
Hmm.
21,
Ooh,
all of which were like what in the first quarter,
yeah.
16, 10.
Oh,
That's ridiculous.
yeah.
The Titans went and scored 31 points in one game.
Against
Granted, I mean,
a
I
decent
thought the
Browns
Browns
defense
were
too.
pretty good. There's like this is a bad offense. Defense is still good, but I'm in no mood to talk about good things. But this is a bad offense. When you talk about worst offenses in the league, the Eagles need to be in your realm of conversation. Because good offenses, they don't do, any of this. They don't throw
Mm.
for four interceptions. They don't struggle to get their star players involved. They don't suck at running the ball with the highest paid like offensive line and the best running back in football.
Yeah.
They can functionally block without getting holds and penalties on brutal moments. They have competent play calling that can do something other than run hitch routes and halfback dives.
Wild concepts.
It's so painful to watch the offense play. It is so painful. They can't do anything. The only glimmer and joy of hope I was really feeling was that last drive in overtime. And I lied to myself and I thought we were going to score and I really thought we were going to win. I thought, you
Yeah.
know what, this is going to be another Eagles win where they pull it out of nowhere, and I'm
Mhm.
going to still be mad because of how painfully awful it looked. And then boom, all hope was gone on another interception, fourth interception of the day. Unbelievable.
I think, and what's like, I mean, I think
I need a breather now. There you go.
I think 2023 was kind of similar in this vein where it's like literally everything went wrong. Like every call went against them or every play call was terrible or every execution was bad. Yeah, in all these games, somehow they still are in it till the last second. Like they could have won this game like five times, even though Jalen Hurts was 21 for 40 with four interceptions. Like AJ Brown,
And the fumble. Don't oh, the fumble was on that. Yeah.
AJ Brown, bitched and complained, and I love AJ, but man, like you finally get your reps. He's had 100 yards in three straight games. I guess what the Eagles' record is in those three games. 0-3. He dropped a
I'm sick of
touchdown.
that. You know what? You watch the passing game, and it's so blatantly obvious he's trying to force the ball to AJ Brown.
Oh yeah.
And like you constantly like they avoid checkdowns, they avoid wide open crossers, they avoid anything that is easy because like he's just determined I'm going to put this ball to in AJ Brown's hands. I'm just going to constantly throw it to AJ Brown. Eventually the defenses catch on and it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous that one of your stars on your offense can throw enough tantrums and hissy fits to finally dictate the offense around him. And the results, you lose three straight games. Like someone has to be the grown up in the room and say, this isn't working. We played your game and it didn't work. Because you're forcing the ball for him. Devontae Smith might have, I don't know. Is he dead? Maybe. I haven't seen him. He's completely gone. He was doing well this year. AJ Brown throws his hissy fit. Now we're forcing the ball there. We don't have a competent, creative enough offensive play caller to justify two different weapons. He can only do one, and that's it. That's a stretch as it is.
Yeah, and like it's just it's I don't I don't I, I don't understand what's wrong with the running game
You're so past
because
that. Don't say that. Don't. I'm done with this. When everyone keeps saying, I don't know what's wrong, it's not what's your bad offense, Dakota. Move on. This is no longer every game this season. I kept thinking, what is wrong? There is nothing wrong. They're bad.
they're
They are
just bad.
not good. They are awful. They are use whatever word you have in the thesaurus. You don't go to the look at the Titans and think, what is wrong with the Titans offense? No, they're bad. They're a bad offense. The Eagles, nothing is wrong. Nothing needs to be fixed. They just suck. Accept it. Move on, Dakota. It's December.
I'm trying to like understand it. Like
Nothing's changed.
I just have never watched like
There's nothing to understand. They're bad. There you go. Understand that.
the the cook. Honestly, I will say this is the first game, well, not the first game, but finally a game where I'm like I've had like I'm like they're cooked. Like every game I'm like they'll figure it out, they'll figure it out, they'll figure it out. I don't see this getting resolved this year. I think this is a you ride it out, you lose in the playoffs, and then you reset, hire a new coordinator who's not with the team already, and we start from fresh again, and then we'll be in the Super Bowl next year. So this is just one of those hiccup years.
I mean, Kevin Patula sucks. Kevin Patula sucks.
I thought the
But
play calling was much
I'm at
better.
a point where the constant, but granted, yeah, the play calling is pretty bad. But like Jalen has looked awful these last three games. He has looked so bad.
Yeah, he's
Like,
not been
you know,
great.
your offense was struggling in the beginning of the year, and Jalen didn't look this bad.
No, I mean it's you know like I was saying when I'm looking at these like it's just weird and it's frustrating and it's annoying. Like this team is so talented, yet they just can't execute. And when you have a coach like Sirianni, who is supposed to be the guy that keeps everyone together, the guy that gets everyone going, the guy that's the rah-rah guy, the hype guy, the camaraderie, team first, all this shit, and the team is falling apart before our eyes. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just frustrating that he's the fact that there's reports that he's getting more involved in the offense, like that, you are the coach. That is your job to be involved in all phases of this team. Just because you don't call the plays doesn't mean you're supposed to be like, a fucking cheerleader. So
To be
now,
fair, is it concerned that when you heard reports he was going to be more involved in the offense, the giant bunny popped up? Is that what his involvement in the offense is now? Like you saying,
well,
oh, he's more involved in offensive meetings. Was it the fact that he was blowing up the bunny in the middle of the offensive meeting?
people were saying that maybe this would be like when he shaved his head and they went on that run, but I don't think
Yeah, the
that
bunny was so stupid.
I didn't that's a to me, that's a problem. That's like a big red flag that you need to put a positivity bunny in the locker room. That means that there is some nasty seed in the locker room that is causing a rift or like, bad vibes or whatever.
Or you just
So,
don't read the room because I feel like that's what you do it at a kindergarten, not necessarily an NFL locker room.
and all the, like, even Saquon's like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, so
Like
I,
he's definitely a players coach. Players like him, but this was a little more over the top. They're like, I can't even. I don't even know. That was
he's,
before we lost this game.
he's, I think, I think he's a great coach when he has the right support around him. But I don't think he does well when the team is struggling. I don't think he does well when his coordinators are not like the top in the league. Like Fangio can just do his own thing, and the defense played really well. I mean, seven sack.
Yeah,
I know that the Chargers line is not, they're missing their really good tackles, but I mean, seven
I mean
sacks
we're
is like,
missing our best defense lineman.
yeah, they had seven, like they were getting after it. And there
Yeah,
was
they had constant pressure.
Man, there was a couple times Phillips was like he if he would just stayed still, he could have ended a couple drives, but he kept over pursuing and not holding his his coverage there. But
It
so
was
many like little
no.
things,
I
man.
mean, the defense is definitely the only positive. Um,
But even
the
they go
pressure was
like
great.
in
It
and
was just
out.
constant pressure, and the run defense was much better, which felt good. Jordan Davis popped up. Didn't really
How
see. He took a little break.
how much money would you have bet if I had told you that there would be one game where Adoree Jackson played better than the entire Eagles offense?
Mm, I in the beginning of the season, I would have thought, wow, Dory Jackson's going to have a Zach Bond like impact. That's pretty cool. And then like midway through the season, I'd be like, oh, the offense is going to have some real stinkers then. They don't look great, but I guess they don't figure it out. Now I'm like, not even surprised. You're talking about a bad player versus a bad offense. They are both bad. But credit to Adoree Jackson. I'll give him a lot of
Uh,
credit. He played really well.
he had a
He was very good out there.
he had an interception on that tipped ball, and then this is what is just insane to me is that we lost this game. Vidal, who was the running back for the Chargers, he took a screen pass 60 yards on the first drive. He had one catch for 60 yards. That was that one play. The next highest receiver
Correct.
for the Chargers was Keenan Allen, three catches for 22 yards. 22 yards.
Oh no, the
And
secondary had clamps on out there.
and the Chargers leading rusher is Justin Herbert with 66 scramble yards because I don't know what kind of fucking lubricant he put on himself. He should have been sacked 12 times. He kept getting out of these. Jacoby Dean could have had like 5 sacks on his own. And I don't know how
He's
Herbert, I guess because he's big, like he's a tall quarterback, but he was getting out of a lot of sacks.
I
But
mean, the guy, he's like 6'6". He's built. I mean, it's not easy to bring down. Like, he's like,
no,
you know,
but
he's not like
still,
just frail quarterback to, he's like the new age quarterback where they can move. They're not an easy tackle.
I
But I mean, the secondary was probably my biggest bright spot because a lot of those pressures, like, there was nothing there. And it's not a bad wide receiver crew. Ladd McConkey disappeared. Keenan still got some moves to him that
we had white on white
tight end.
crime. We had Cooper DeJean
Yeah.
covering McClunky. But well,
I
honestly,
mean,
this
yeah,
is
no, no, no. I don't like this. I want more negative. I want more anger. I don't want good. I don't want
we
vibes. I don't
got to
want
find some positive here. But
why?
I'm spoiler, I might take the Raiders when we do game picks just because I don't trust this team. But I I think also I think the play calling looked different in this game. Not saying it was, widely better, but I think it looked different. And I think they were doing stuff and Jalen was forcing things he wasn't really doing all year. And I think because they weren't in rhythm and the offense hasn't been doing this, that like that caused a lot of his overthrows or, he had two tipped interceptions, which I mean, both weren't great throws to begin with, but I mean, I'm not giving him a pass. He played like shit.
He played
Um,
awful.
but you look at AJ. AJ dropped that touchdown, and then he dropped the first deep ball in the first drive that Jalen threw a decent ball. He the ball hit his hands on the interception. Devontae dropped a ball on was it third down when they kicked the field goal that could have kept the clock running. Maybe the Chargers would have run out of time and not been able to tie the game. So there was a lot of things that you can nitpick about this game overall as a team and individual players, especially offense. The defense gets a pass, but offense was abysmal, so bad. I mean,
They suck.
Dallas Goedert was probably the bright spot. You know, 8 catches,
It does
78
make you think
yards,
like
multiple first
he's the only
downs.
one that's really done anything all year.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly,
do you
him
have
and
to
Devontae's
keep?
been good,
Do you have to
but
bring back Dallas just because your offense is incapable with all the other big money players you have?
the two
You know,
two.
you can't afford to lose Dallas Goedert on an offense that already has Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, because he's the only one that actually does anything.
Well, I mean, I could see if they trade AJ Brown in the offseason, that maybe there's a way they keep Dallas, but I don't know. Dallas
I don't.
Goedert, one of your most impactful offensive players this year, and Jacoby Dean, one of your most impactful defensive players. Both of them are probably leaving for bigger money in the offseason. So
Well, I mean, at least the offseason's coming a little sooner this year, so we'll have plenty of time to think it out and come up with a better strategy. It's, you know what, I mean, go back to the play calling idea. Like there were options there. Like, you know, I actually, call me. I think he gets a bad rep because he's a Cowboy, but I actually think Troy Aikman is one of the best analysts,
I like
and I
Troy
like
Aikman,
getting
yeah.
his insight because he's obviously been a
He's
quarterback,
not
and he's
biased, which I
all
appreciate.
day because he sees it too, and it's like all day. You see the same easy routes in front of them, like wide open. In an offense that struggles this much, just take the freaking wide open route. Who cares if it's
Yeah,
for 4 yards? You're struggling to get 4 yards anyway. There's a chance that one of them might be a big break. Like the stats they throw out there with like the Eagles are like last in the league with yards after the catch, which is just
insane.
mind-numbing.
Insane.
How is that even possible? It's just that's just the like how much they struggle as an offense. They can't even get the ball to their players. And you struggle that much, just hit the guys wide open. And that was the biggest problem with Jalen. Mine, I mean, the 4 interceptions was insane, but dude, just take what was there. Stop forcing these deep balls and forcing stuff to AJ Brown. That's when these tips can happen. And I don't like this is the third game in a row now. Jalen's looked bad, like actually bad. And this is where it's more careless. He's starting to be really careless with the ball. I don't understand what's changed. At least he was a game managing when they couldn't score and he wasn't turning the ball over. Now he's just a giveaway machine.
I
And
mean, yeah, I'm not happy with how he's played. I'm not in that group of Eagles fans that is like bench him for, the backup and this and that. Like the man took you to two Super Bowls in 3 years and was outperformed the Pat
I
Mahomes in
mean,
both of them.
you're
Like,
not gonna
let's
start Tanner
relax.
McKee, obviously. But
Yeah.
let's not act like he's been playing well. He's
No,
not played
no.
well at all.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like, relieve him of all the issues that's going on. He's definitely a main part of it. Um, But I mean, I also watched Lamar Jackson have 5 turnovers a couple weeks ago, and I feel like people weren't giving him as much shit as Jalen's been getting over this game. But I don't know. It's a weird,
I mean, look at the last two games. 5 interceptions and a fumble loss.
yeah.
That that's not in a 2 game stretch. I don't care who you are. You could be any backup quarterback in the league. You can be whoever you want.
I
You
mean,
like that is
yeah, but you just
awful.
combined one game where he had one interception and a game where he had 4 interceptions
Oh,
and
I'm
a
sorry.
fumble.
Yeah, sorry. The one against the Bears, he only fumbled the ball and threw an interception. Sorry, it was only 2 turnovers that game.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're right. The 4 interceptions did inflate the 2 turnover
Hey,
game
I
of the
remember
week before.
Justin Herbert threw 4 interceptions in the playoffs, but no, yeah, it's bad. And I
I
don't
mean, sure.
know. Man, I mean, if there was ever a better medicine get right game than having the Raiders come to town, or is it in Vegas? I don't even know. But
No, dude, don't give me this. Don't give me this. Don't give me this. Oh, we're gonna go smash the Raiders. It's been
oh,
a
they're
tough.
not.
Get out
It's
of here.
going to be a close game. 100% going to be a close game.
I
It's
just want
and
them to win. That's like
no, I
get right
don't.
game, get out of here.
I actually no, I take the back. I would rather the Eagles win enough games to win the division so the Cowboys don't get in the playoffs. Because if it happens like 23 where we just lose out and the Cowboys sneak in and steal a division, I'll be even more upset than how the season's been going.
That would include losing to the Raiders and the Commanders twice. I would lose my
Yeah,
mind.
I mean we're Raiders, Washington, Buffalo, Washington. You figure you got to at least go 2-2. At least.
Oh, I mean, I'm thinking 3 or 1. Like, do you see how bad Washington is?
And now that Daniels is probably going to be just shut down for the rest of the year.
Plus, it's like you get them back to back. Like, you should have a solid game plan for them. Like, there shouldn't be any surprises.
I feel
And the
like
last
Dallas
game of
has
the
a
season,
decent
they should be rolled over and dead at that point.
like Dallas has a Vikings, Chargers, Commanders. I mean, they kind of have a cakewalk. So yeah, you
What
kind of have to
with the
win.
Chargers, the team we just lost to?
Well, but Vikings are, I mean, pretty booty. Even though they smacked the Commanders, then they play the Commanders, then they play the Giants. So they are very likely to go at least 3-1 as well. So and we only have a 2 game lead, but
If they lose the division, like I don't have any hopes for the playoffs, but man, if they lose the division, I mean, they don't get in the playoffs. I just don't see a world where they would get a wild card spot.
no, probably not. I
It's-
mean, if you lose the
That's
division, I mean, let's see the standings. I mean,
you can't.
we're 8 and
You have
five.
to lose. every single game pretty much, including two to Washington and one to LA or Vegas.
I mean, the NFC West is 10-3, 10-3, 9-4.
Yeah, you're not sniffing that wild card because those are good teams.
Panthers, I mean, the Panthers and Bucks are a game behind us technically. They're 7-6.
I
But
mean,
I mean, Lions are 8-5, Bears 9-4, Packers 9-3. At least we've beaten these teams, you know. But the only
I'm confidently I'm at the point of the season confidently where like all year we're like, all right, well, once the offense gets it going, we'll be back and running. Then it became, all right, well, I really hope the offense figures it out before we run out of time. Then it was like, all right, they like we got to make changes now because we're running out of time. Now I'm at the point where like this, listen, this is it. You're going in the playoff with this offense. It's not changing. Hope your defense can win as many games as you want, but the strategy going forward is going to be the defense holds teams to less than 20 and the offense just barely does enough. And I mean barely as in like
but
you
that's
can win
not
by a field goal at the last possible second.
this team is too good to be doing that shit though. Like it just doesn't
Dude,
it
it is what's going to change? They look worse.
I don't know why they
Like
keep rolling Landon Dickerson out there when he is not effective. He can't move. Like I feel like you and I would be better out there. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't make
it's
sense.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I thought this in the beginning of the season when he was out there rolling around. I'd same with Jalen Carter when they
Yeah,
were out there and they're clearly hurt.
yeah.
Like, why didn't you just let them sit out a little bit? And I mean, granted, could you imagine what the season looked like if you don't beat the Buccaneers and the Rams in those
Oh,
early
I
games in the
mean,
season?
we'd be looking at a mid-round draft pick. Like,
It's true. It's true.
but yeah,
And
I
I
don't.
mean, that's the only thing you're sitting on right now. Like you're only sitting on those wins in the beginning of the season. And granted, I remember talking about this and like you know, in that part of the season, you just need bank wins. Just get the wings now. Who cares how good they are? Just bank wins because you'll need them down the road. And here we are. And thankfully, they did get those wins because they now have lost three in a row. And they're so lost. They have not improved at all. They've gotten worse, honestly. And now you've left the door open for the Cowboys to come back into this divisional hunt. Now, granted, it would take a complete meltdown, worse than what they're dealing with right now, but the door's open. I mean, thought that was pretty much closed 2 months ago.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know.
Infuriating because they're bad offense. The only way to look at it. They're not good on offense. They're bad, very bad. Titans, Saints, Eagles, all in the same realm.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But uh, there were other games.
No, there wasn't.
Uh,
At
um.
least this was a Monday Night Football in a way. It didn't have to ruin my entire football Sunday. I actually, because that's what I would just given up on football.
Oh, yeah. If this was a 1 o'clock game, I would have gone to bed at 4:30. But um, Thursday we had the Lions thankfully beat the Cowboys 44-30. Um, and then I mean, game pick wise, like I did pretty terrible this week. I took a couple. I don't know if they're upsets, but I took a couple other teams and they did not pan out. So one of those was I mean, we all got this one wrong. Titans beat the Browns 31-29, but Shador Sanders did look pretty decent, threw for 300 yards, so I think the Browns have their quarterback for the rest of the
2 point
year at
conversion.
least.
I
Um,
like everyone's like losing their mind about the 2 point conversion, taking them off the field. Granted, it doesn't really make sense, but I love all the mayhem of people like, oh, they're out to get him. They're out to make him look bad. They never wanted to draft him in the fifth round. Stefanski doesn't want him to do well.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I mean, terrible call. Don't get me wrong. I personally think the Wildcat is a dead play. Once Ronnie Brown called it a career, I think he kind of died with him. It's just not very, it should never be done. It's one of those that should go to the archives.
Didn't Ronnie Brown have a cup of tea with the Eagles?
You did.
Yeah, thought so.
Glory days where
Was
they could
that
actually score.
was it him and Westbrook? No.
I want to say he was on the dream team.
That would that would make a lot of sense. We've been a part of a lot of less than oh, I typed in
Is it
Ronnie.
insane to say
I typed
that
in Ronnie Dream.
how close are we to as disappointing as the dream team offense?
I mean, the Dream Team was just
I
a
guess well, the dream team's fair.
the Dream Team never
That was a
even like
complete team
happened. It was
failure.
just a thing that Vince Young said. Um,
That's true. When your big prize backup quarterback comes in and calls you the dream team, it's when we should have raised an eyebrow then.
Looks like he played with Vic, so I don't think 2011. That was
Yeah,
just one
Vic.
year.
Yeah, the dream team.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Was 20?
Vic,
I thought 2010 was a dream
Shady.
team.
I mean,
Wasn't?
it's like 15 years ago. If I'm off by a year, then sue me.
Oh man, Eagles
It,
dream team. As if
I
we.
think
Oh, it was 2011.
who do you think off the top of your head scored more points? The blue team or this Eagles? Per game. Who do you think averaged more points? So I'm trying to think, what did the dream team go? They were like, 'cause they were like decent. They were like what, 8-8, and then the wheels fell off. And then like 4 wins, and I think Andrew got fired.
Yeah, they were 8-8.
Yeah, and then the year after that, that was all hell broke loose.
Yeah, and then he went like four. Oh. That was also the year Juan Castillo was put into defensive coordinator. What a time. What a time.
Yeah, that's true. More incompetent coordinator, Kevin Petula. Or,
Um, no, actually, they statistically weren't bad. Even though we went 8-8, we were eighth in the NFL in points scored, 300 or 24.8 points per game.
that would make sense. Then it was the defense that just couldn't stop anyone, considering you had your offensive line coach take over defense coordinator role.
10th in the NFL, 20.5 points per game allowed.
Oh, that might be the season high this year. The
It
Eagles have
is,
a long history. Now that you brought up Juan Castillo, they have like an interesting history of like head coaches making horrendous internal promotions.
oh yeah. Yeah,
Castillo, remember Mike Rowe? Mike Rowe
unfortunately.
was like the line that Doug Peterson wanted to fall on. He just
Mm.
that was it. He wouldn't budge on that.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of good, yeah, but the good coordinators never got promoted internally. They got jobs outside, like Sean McDermott, Jim Harbaugh, you know, a bunch of the other coordinators. But
Yeah, to be fair, McDermott sucked with the
Shane
Eagles, but
Steichen, although sucks, imagine being a Colts fan now. We just talked about
yeah,
this
I
last
think we
week.
all knew. I think they all knew that that was going to happen.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the games. Speaking of the Colts. Not only lost the game to the Jags 36-19, but lost Danny Dimes for the year on an Achilles injury. He looked like he was playing on crutches before that even happened.
That's true. Yeah, he had like a broken leg and still played. I'll give him,
Yeah,
listen,
I
hats
give
off
him
to
his
Danny
flowers.
Dimes.
Yeah.
I did think he was going to, I thought, the carriage was going to turn into a pumpkin sooner or later. But guy was out there with a broken leg. Do you sign him if you're the Colts, knowing that quarterbacks are not cheap? And remember that the Giants fell for the same trap after they beat the Vikings in the playoffs.
I would I think that they could get away with like not a major contract, but like a 2 year or something like that.
Well,
Two or
you'd
three
have to
year.
sign him multi-years. You can't give him a 1 year deal because he's not going to play next year.
But I also think they look at um what happened with the Vikings. They let Sam Darnold go, and Sam Darnold has the Seahawks as Super Bowl contenders right now. So
Well, yeah. I mean, Danny Dimes is in a weird case where he's not playing next year. So it's like he's not going to sign anywhere else. Like, who's going to sign a quarterback that can't play the entire season?
yeah, I will
Okay.
say, speaking of the Seahawks beat the Falcons 37-9. I I would have never guessed that Seattle would be a competitive, like I said, Super Bowl viable team when I saw that they traded DK Metcalf, their quote unquote best receiver at the time, and Geno Smith, who was a pretty good quarterback for them. That
Great move. Get rid of
screamed rebuild to me. And now they're what, two or three losses this year. Their defense is balling, and their offensive
Yeah,
line, real JSN is best receiver in the league right now. Like,
I think I mean I always thought DK was overrated, so I didn't think that was a
so did
bad
I.
move.
But I mean, he
I
was
was
still their
surprised.
best
Like,
receiver.
I mean, I saw Darnold and Geno kind of comparable when they made the move,
Mm,
so I was kind of surprised to see
yeah.
they spent a fortune on Darnold and like basically just move on from Geno to get the same thing, in a different color. almost. And no, I was completely wrong. Give credit to the Seahawks because they managed to scoop up whatever pick they got for Gino, and they are balling right now. Best
That
team in
one,
that right now, Rams or Seahawks?
I still go Rams, but
Yeah,
I do like the Seahawks. I think they're going to be
good,
a
very
good
good.
fight. I think it's funny the one that there was that one fan at the Raiders preseason game. He said he was holding up like a sign, it was like Geno Smith is a bust or something. And everyone was like, why would he say that? Like Geno Smith has been pretty solid for many years, rebuilt his career.
He's just extremely
And then that
overrated.
guy was like on the money, like, he's ass. But all right. So that's Seahawks Falcons. Next game. This game felt like it had money on it. The Bills beat the Bengals 39-34. It looked like the Bengals were on the road to securing a
Ugh,
W here, and then all hell broke loose. And I mean,
I know. It's that time, man. I think everyone for entertainment's sake should be rooting for the Bengals.
yeah,
I'd love to see the Bengals get in the playoffs, but can't just give away like the ball,
no.
as I feel like because you know what's kind of a like you can't give. I feel like Flacco deserves his flowers a little bit. Like if Flacco did that, you'd be like, oh, this was so brutal, bad. Like Flacco was rough. Joe Burrow came out and did it, and listen,
Mhm.
man, Joe Flacco wasn't doing that. Got to give him credit.
That's true.
That was a Flacco moment out of Joe Burrow.
It was odd. It was definitely odd. T. Higgins looked good, and then looked like he got a concussion, but he kept playing, so who knows? But um,
And good investment. I guess the wide receivers are doing well for all the money you gave them, but maybe you should have used some of that for something else. But what do I know?
who knows? Vikings just decimated the Commanders 31-0. And would you believe that Justin Jefferson had like one catch or something like that? What was it?
Do you think when does Justin Jefferson start throwing the tantrum now, or
Oh
does he
yeah.
wait till next
Oh,
week?
it's definitely coming. If not
He takes the AJ Brown approach.
he had two catches for 11 yards. And
Credit to him
he's
though. Like they're losing. Well, minus this game, but they've been losing.
yeah. I feel as I has he ever like outwardly said like I want to stay in Minnesota forever? I feel like it's never really been a conversation. So I feel
I
like
mean, he signed for a lot of money, so I don't think you really have to say that. It's like one of those Miles Garrett rules. You don't have to say you want to be there. You can actually be very outspoken about you wanting to leave. But if you get enough money, like you don't have to even say that you want to stay. It's known.
yeah. Um
This
who
thing, what did this game tell you more about the Commanders or the Vikings? Or do they both stink? No one cares.
more about the Commanders and that uh they were it tells me that they were propped up last year by really good rookie quarterback play because
I not say that every single week last year?
hey man, their
Literally
their
every week.
their team is like, a retirement home. Uh, the poor shout out Zach Ertz. Wish he has a nice recovery for that grotesque injury on his leg. But
Mm.
yeah, beyond that, it's like, I mean, Ertz and Bobby Wagner, like you have all these vets, and they're not where they used to be. The team is older. Like their defense is not great. Debo, I've always said he's overrated. Dropped a touchdown, so. Yeah, it just is not a good recipe. Um, I think they actually look better with Mariota the last couple of games than they did today or on Sunday with Daniels. But um,
To be fair,
yeah,
2018. If you took this team to 2018, very good. Be very good.
2018 was that Alex Smith? I don't.
Oh no, this roster. Like you got Bobby
Oh,
Wagner,
oh,
Zach
oh, oh,
Ertz,
oh
Tunsil,
yeah, oh yeah,
Don Lattimore really well.
yeah. They're all
Be a
cooked
very good
now.
team. Yeah.
But um, another surprise: Saints beat the Buccaneers 24-20. I did not expect this. Well, I'll flip the question to you. Does this tell you more about the Saints or more about the Bucks?
The Bucks.
Hmm,
I was waiting. The Bucks didn't have not looked great recently.
they haven't.
I was kind of waiting and waiting for them to turn it around. But they had a lot of injuries. they were playing some tougher teams, but you got Bucky back. Abuka's still awesome. I think Chris Godwin's now back, and
He doesn't look as good though.
I think it's changed. I mean, you look at, they lost this one was tough. They had a very close game with the Cardinals, but they did pull that out. They got smacked by the Rams. They
Yeah.
lost a tough one against the Bucks. They lost a tough one to the Patriots. Like, it's not bad what it's been, but this was a bad loss. This was a 3 game stretch that's not look good.
I'm really pulling for Carolina to steal that division. I think that'd be such a fun story.
Listen,
But
Carolina and
they're
Tampa play
tied.
each other.
Yeah, they're tied.
Yeah, they
So
got 2 games left. They're playing the old, they're Washington.
oh, they
They
have
get the Panthers. Yeah.
that's a
They play
division right
them.
there.
Yeah, they play them in 2 weeks, and they play them at the end of the season.
So this game will give somebody a lead, and then the final game will probably be for the division.
Oh yeah,
Exciting.
they got the Falcons. They got the Falcons this week.
Who's got the Falcons?
The Bucks. So it's Falcons, Panthers, Dolphins, Panthers. So it's very winnable.
I mean,
You
the
know,
Dolphins have been playing pretty well though. So I mean, who knows?
Dolphins are a
Um,
weird team too. They've got some life, maybe. They're 6-7. Remember when they were going to fire Mike McDaniel?
you were telling us on the episode that never went public to last week that the Dolphins are a team to watch out for apparently. So I mean, the the Chiefs are can only get a wild card now, I believe. I think they were eliminated from winning the division, which is insane to think. But um,
Yeah,
it's been I mean, we had teams like the Bucks looked like a powerhouse, the Colts looked like a powerhouse, and now both of them are faltering. The Eagles looked like a powerhouse at times, now they're faltering.
they did. Yeah,
So
make sure they're full thrown in there.
yeah. Um, s- I'm gonna say it sounded like a broken record. Another surprising game. Steelers beat the Ravens 27 to 22. I mean, for all the bitching we do about the Eagles, I mean, I feel like Ravens fans are in the same boat as us. They're like that team is super underperforming. Lamar has been up and down. Derrick Henry is still really good, but he's not been, I feel like, as either maybe he's not used as much or just not as effective, it
No,
feels
we,
like.
we talked about this last week. He's still doing very well. He's like
I know, but he's
top five,
not,
top 10 in every category.
yeah, but it's not like what he was getting last year. Like him and Saquon are, their usage is super down. But
We spoke about this last week. He is doing just as well as
I'm not
ever.
sure,
We just
but whatever. So the Steelers
uh,
now have that division in hand, which is ridiculous. Um,
tells you about more about Steelers, or it tells you more about the Ravens.
I think it tells me more about the Ravens that they are just having one of those weird seasons where they can't. They're very similar to the Eagles, I feel like, and I mean, a lot of people, including myself, had them Eagles Ravens Super Bowl this year, and both those teams are just like, on paper, you would say a good coach, good quarterback, good running back, good, I mean, I think Zay Flowers is a solid receiver, but they have talent across the board. Defense is talent, but they're just not putting it together. And I mean, we didn't even talk about it, but even Jake Elliott has been asked lately too. He's been missing field goals. So it's just been one of those years. But
The kicker looks pretty good.
he former Eagle, but
Just want to throw this out there because again, you're just insane. Derrick Henry, top five in the NFL in rushing touchdowns with 10.
hmm,
He's top six in the NFL rushing yards. He's already over 1,000 with 1,025.
hmm.
And he's on his way to another 300 carry year with 222.
What's his
So
yards per attempt?
I don't know the math off my top of my head that well,
Hmm.
but 1,025 divided by 222,
For
which
something,
is a very respectable
4.7.
4.6 yards a carry. Hardly a bad average.
I'm not saying he's bad. No, I'm not saying he's bad, but this is not just like Saquon is not looked like Saquon last year. Derrick Henry is not looking like Derrick Henry from last year. They were
I mean, the guy's got
superhumans.
1,000
They were
touchdowns.
su This is a 17 game season. I don't think 1,000 yards really means anything anymore. AJ's going to
I
get a
mean,
thousand yards, and he's had a weird year, so who cares?
it's week 13. It's kind of impressive.
What I guarantee you, Saquon's probably like decently close to that too. Let's see.
Mm,
Saquon
If Saquon hits 1,000 yards,
862. He's definitely getting
yeah,
a
he's.
thousand yards. He's
You
12th.
just told me it wasn't impressive,
It's not.
and you just told me it wasn't impressive.
It's not. He's averaging 4 yards a
I, I
carry.
said I said it was impressive for week 13. That is impressive. What do you talk about? The NFL is now a passing league. What are you saying? Is Derrick Henry going to go to the playoffs? Probably not. Is he having a good season? Yes.
It is really weird to see where Saquon falls with all like Kyron Williams uh, only has like 90 more yards. Like what the hell? I don't know.
Kyron Williams
Uh
also missed time.
no, he's played 13 games. What are you talking about?
Maybe it's hey, Blake Corum. Nothing to just shake his like big Blake Corum had a very good game.
You want to talk about being underused? Kenneth Walker is like not even get he's got like probably like one touchdown in the year. Let's see.
To be fair,
Four.
like the Seahawks have I feel like the Seahawks have mailed it in pretty much every game because they're like up by a
Oh
billion
yeah,
at
but
halftime. And they
but they
just
give it to Charbonnet and but he never gets enough to like warrant a fantasy start. So you're kind of handcuffed to pick either him or Walker, and then neither of them get huge numbers. It's kind of agitating, but we're getting off track. Back to the games. Broncos beat the Raiders 24 to 17. Are the like how do we feel? I feel like the Broncos are still not like I think they have a really great defense, but I don't think they're gonna make any noise in the playoffs. They don't.
I think the Broncos
Them and
defense
them and the
is
Patriots are like the same to me. They're not gonna do anything in the playoffs.
well, no, I think the Broncos defense is so elite that they have a defense that's able to carry their team in the playoffs. Like I don't think they're going to be in the AFC, win the AFC, but I think they could win a game, maybe two, depending on who they line up with.
Hmm, I don't know.
The AFC is weird, man. Now that the Colts are falling apart, I don't really like actually buy into the Texans or Jags. Patriots, I'm kind of with you too. I think they're playing very well, but they've played
Oh,
absolutely no
they've
one.
you want to
And
talk
then you've
about
got,
the Colts having a cupcake schedule. The Patriots had a cupcake schedule,
oh God, yeah, it's so easy.
and it continues the whole season. It's just they play nobody.
Not buying them at all.
No. Um, they did they play? They were on a bye, I think, this week. Um,
They were on a bye.
Dolphins beat the Jets 34 to 10. I think they have the same record as the Chiefs now. It's a
That's
weird
definitely
season.
a move on game. No, not much to report on.
No. Rams slaughtered the Cardinals 45-17. That was a get right game for sure. Packers beat the
Hmm.
Bears 28 to 21. Um, kind of an ugly game,
Brought the
but
Bears back down to earth a little bit.
yeah, Caleb Williams could have hit, DJ Moore for a easy touchdown, but didn't do that. So he's
Why
been
do that?
eh. And then the Sunday night game was the Texans beat the Chiefs 20 to 10. Texans have literally come out of nowhere. Their defense got uh been holding them up and now they're doing enough on offense to win games. But them and the Broncos, like they're fueled by just that defense is like I mean, we saw with the Eagles last year, like obviously Eagles had a really great offense last year, but their defense was insane. And they were, closing teams out early. So Texans and the
There's
Broncos have.
been instance where teams have gone on a deep run. It's like so I don't really maybe they and they look off. This could be the year we finally see someone other than the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Hmm, feels that way.
Alrighty. Well, I think I'm safe to say that we're only feeling anger at the moment.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, kicking off the dud list. Um, I think, two of the three, depending on how crazy you want to be. These three are kind of narrative dud list, the way I look at it.
Okay.
So we're gonna go kicking off this dud list. I mean, because it was a complete team failure. I got Dan Quinn leading Washington. I mean, dude, look at this. Like, where is Washington? I get like we talked about the old folks home on the roster, but they got smacked by a team that's not very good. JJ McCarthy came to life and put
Mm,
up 31 on what's supposed to be a Dan Quinn defense. It's crazy how quickly things have fallen apart. And again, we talked about the roster, but I think Dan Quinn's seriously under jeopardy of losing his job, which is insane considering his team was just in the NFC Championship last game. But this was an embarrassing showing. He's a defensive guy, and they gave up 31 points to JJ McCarthy, who was being talked about as the worst quarterback in the NFL. Really, really tough season, but I think it came to a head with how bad this game was. Although, whoever the GM of Washington is, I think, was it Adam Peters? You might be clinging to life over the fact that JD Daniels is the guy, but that roster sucks. If you
yeah.
factor in that they've given up a lot of picks to be a 3-win team, I don't see how you survive that. And I don't know, new owners, maybe it's appeal to just clean house. So Dan Quinn
Mm,
leading this just garbage can of a situation after a brutal loss starts off my list.
nice.
Another narrative that's been shooken, and it's kind of, I think some bad habits came back to a heel, but in a tough loss, and that I really think puts their playoff hopes in jeopardy. We're going to go with a guy who's been pretty awesome this year, pretty electric, starting to get away from the narrative that he's caused throughout his career of being a head case and great talent, but a head case, because the head case part came out a little bit. So we got George Pickens here at number two. Not the greatest game, 5 for 37. But more importantly, I think the bigger problem here is talking smack with Richard Sherman. Couple
Hmm.
questions already being brought up about your effort. Not a good game, couple drops, but this looked like the old bad habits were popping back up.
The Cowboys are finally getting to see the real George Pickens. I love it.
That's what I mean. This has really changed the narrative on the season, especially when he's so close to getting paid.
Yeah.
Moving on. Again, this is the narrative switch duds list. And I mean, this was pretty obviously. I try to say bias. We're clearly homers, but Jalen Hurts is the easy choice for the number
Yeah.
one dud. 4 interceptions, and that'll get you on the list automatically. And one that lost you the game, just brutal top to bottom. I'll keep it short because we've already gone off so much about it, and I'm feeling enraged as it is. So Jalen Hurts takes one dud spot.
All right.
Moving on to our stud list. Off to the good stuff. I told you he was a top five wide receiver. Maybe you scuffed at me a little bit, but he's balling. Matthew Stafford's gonna have an MVP season. Devontae Adams might break the receiving record touchdown mark this season. But
Mm,
the straw that keeps stirring the drink, I think is Puka Nacua. 7 receptions, 167, 2 touchdowns. It's a good stat line, no matter who you are. So Puka Nacua, like every once in a while, he gives us these baller games, and this was a
yeah.
baller game.
Mm,
Going on to the next one. Who knew? Clock this. There's some teams that haven't had any studs on the list. This would be one of them. I don't remember the Titans ever having any studs this season. But out of nowhere,
Tony
I
Pollard.
don't even think if I told you his name, I'd be shocked if you knew where he was playing. Because this is one of those names you thought, oh, I know that guy. 25 carries,
Mm.
161 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns.
It's so random.
Six,
He hasn't done this all
six and a
year.
half yards a clip. I, I don't, where did he come from? Against a pretty good defense. So Tony Pollard coming from the ashes of Tennessee and rising in the most random game ever, balling out. That's impressive stat line.
Mm.
Strap Derrick Henry's name or Saquon Barkley or Jonathan Taylor, I'd be completely buying it. So Tony Pollard, our number two stud, and I think our lone representative from the Titans, if I remember correctly. Number one, I think I went back to saying this. The Chiefs are not there this year.
Mm,
There's some hit or miss contenders, but I think the AFC, we are going to finally see a different team than the Chiefs represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. And listen, he keeps these games up. He's balling out. He looks like a real deal. He had some huge runs, 22 of 28. It's pretty efficient. Three tutties, 250, and give him another 76 yards and tutty on the ground. So Superman was out in the snow.
mm.
Give credit to Josh Allen because he came out to play and he won that game for them. Keep this up and down the rest. I think this could be the Bills' year. So Josh Allen tops the list.
It's funny. I was thinking that too, that he had a weird couple games in November, but I think this game reminded everyone that the Bills definitely, in a year where the Ravens are bad and the Chiefs are bad, this is the Bills' best opportunity to get to the
I
Super
mean,
Bowl.
listen, we talked about this. I'm not buying anyone from the AFC South.
But anyone in
We're
the
not
NFC,
buying the
in the
Broncos.
AFC.
After I watched the Chargers, I'm not buying them. The Patriots, I'm
No.
not buying them either. I think the Bills are my favorite coming out of in the playoffs. We know what they're doing. They're in there. They have a good idea. Um, yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Alrighty. No disagreements from me. Quickly into our too much whiz. Starting off with the team we were kind of just talking about. Currently sitting with an 11% chance to make the playoffs. Too much whiz. The Kansas City Chiefs will miss the playoffs this year.
I'm not buying it yet.
Hmm.
I'm still one more loss till I put a fork in it and call it.
Okay.
They
Fair
don't look
enough.
good. Patrick Mahomes doesn't look good. Nothing about this team looks good. Give me one more loss and then fine. I'll write them off. But I'm not writing them off until they're literally dead.
All right. Too much whiz. The Browns and the Saints have found their franchise quarterbacks at least for the next season.
Browns, no. I mean, they're not there yet. Let's be honest. They had Dylan Gabriel for a couple games, and now
Yeah.
Shador's doing it. Like, no way. The Saints, I thought Shuck
Yeah.
came out of nowhere, but no, you still need to see some more time. These are what bad franchises do. They
Mm.
appoint these players as this is my future, and they don't come close to it. So I'm not buying either right now.
And I hate to do it, but too much whiz. The Eagles will not win the NFC East.
They'll win the division.
Okay.
The schedule gets a lot easier. They will win this division. Like the Cowboys are faltering a little bit, but they will win the division. Like I said, banking those wins in the beginning of the year are that's what's keeping them alive.
Alrighty. We shall see. So that is studs and duds and too much whiz. Now we're getting into game picks. And like I said, I did horrible this past week. I think
Love to hear it.
you and Chris, I think both did I think you had the same picks, honestly. Um, so I went, if my phone will load up here. Let's see. One, two, three, four. I had five correct picks. One, two, three,
Love that.
four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. I went 5 and 9. Oof. You went one, two, three, four. So you went 9 and 5. What the Jesus Christ? And Chris
Big
also went
fan.
9 and 5. So um no, I think I messed up here. I think it's six. I think I went 6 and 8 or something here.
Now keep it at five. Keep it at five.
But I think I'm now tied with the guest picks for first place. So
Mm.
um I gambled a little bit and I shouldn't have. So now we are where we are. No guest picks established as of yet today. So we'll see who's going to be doing it this week. But to get into this week's games, Thursday game, Falcons at the Buccaneers. I gotta think Tampa. The Falcons are ass. I gotta think Tampa takes care of business here.
This is a desperate needed get right game.
Yeah.
I'm going Bucks.
All right. Ravens at the Bengals. Mm.
I'm still on board. Just like I said, I'm not rolling the Chiefs out until they're dead. Give me the Bengals. I just desperately want them in the playoffs. They'd be so entertaining.
I think for the fun factor, yeah, but I can't see Baltimore losing to the Bengals twice in a year, especially after just losing to Pittsburgh. So I'll take Baltimore. Raiders at the Eagles. I don't know, man.
I don't feel confident about it. It will be an ugly game. I can already just guarantee that, but go Birds.
If it was like the Bills and the Eagles, I would have, picked the Bills. But I just
The
I
Bills are a
made a
completely
point.
different team than the Raiders.
Yeah, I made a point earlier that they've literally been like, I mean, even the Broncos game was we were a Hail Mary away that from winning that game, and our own players knocked it out of each other's hands. But I was thinking about taking the Raiders just for the hell of it, but I'll stick with my Birds. So give us, it's a holiday season. They got to give us some joy eventually, right?
Yeah.
Cardinals at the Texans. Brissett's actually been pretty good for the Cardinals, but they just don't have anything else around him. Michael Wilson's been a fun story
As I say,
though.
the Cardinals have been getting mac.
Yeah, but
I'll take the Texans. They got a lot of momentum going.
yeah, they I would not be shocked if they took the division from the Jags, who took the division from
Yeah.
the Colts. But big game. This could determine, I think, the Chiefs' entire season. Chargers at Kansas City. I feel like I have to go Chiefs. They can't. Chargers didn't look
Yeah,
great,
you know what? When I watched this
but
game, yeah, I was saying when I watched this game, I did not get much confidence from the Chargers. The
no.
Chiefs they will smell that this is a must-win game, and I think they step up. So I'm take the Chiefs.
I do think the Chargers defense is solid though. They gave, especially the line gave the Eagles a lot of fit. I mean, Mailata was fighting for his life against Khalil
Don't
Mack,
forget.
so
I know, but you're forgetting the word of the day. The Eagles are bad. They have a bad offense.
right. All right. Bills at the Patriots. I mean, I think the Patriots beat
The
them
Patriots won the first.
earlier. Yeah. Yeah, no way they
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 did.
win both. So I'll take Buffalo.
But the Bills are running with it. That was when the Bills were in a dry spell because that was right. I think it was the game after or the game before they lost to the Falcons somehow. I'll
Hmm.
take the Bills.
Yeah, I think this is the Patriots getting kind of I think it'll be a close game. I'm not gonna say they get exposed, but um Jets at the Jaguars. This just smells like a game the Jaguars are gonna fuck up, but they should
Mm,
win on
does.
paper. So I will take the Jaguars.
Yeah, they meet the Jags. They need to win this game.
Yeah, they're a good story as well. Trevor Lawrence has been odd. He's been up and down, but they Jacoby Myers was a great trade acquisition for them. So, um,
Brian Thomas coming live.
yeah, about time. Battle of the Booties, Commanders at the Giants. I don't even know who's playing quarterback for the Giants or the Commanders. I'll take the
The
Giants, I
Commanders are in
guess.
complete free fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Giants too. The Commanders just complete free fall.
Browns at the Bears. Get ready game for the Bears or statement game for the Browns?
Yeah, I want to take the Browns, but this is get right.
Yeah. Oh, I do
Could be a
think
get right game for the Bronco or the Browns.
it could. I think they're already eliminated for the playoffs, but I'm gonna take the Bears, but I will say if the Browns win this, I think this tells us a lot about who the Bears are. Um,
Yeah.
and I think they just got a couple lucky wins. I mean, all they did against the Eagles was run the ball, but they still won.
Hey, keep an eye on Miles Garrett, 20 sacks.
Yeah, if he doesn't break the record, it's gonna be super disappointing. Panthers at the Saints. Saints had a nice little story last week being the Bucks, but I think Carolina takes
I
care
think
of
there's a
business
little
here.
hangover in there.
Yeah.
Coming off the bye, doing good. Division's right there. Going into those Buck games, I'll take the Panthers.
I think it's funny too. The Panthers have such tall wide receivers, and yet Bryce Young is like 5'10", 5'11". So
Hmm,
just an interesting thing.
diversity.
And then Lions at the Rams. We have a lot of 4 o'clock games this week. One, two, three, four, five 4 o'clock games.
That's a game right there. But I think the Rams are really hitting their stride. I'm not really worried about the Panthers blip. I think they'll be fine. I'll take them over the Lions.
Hasn't Stafford struggled against the Lions though?
Could be.
I feel like he hasn't
And
played
this
well
season, it
against
doesn't
them.
look like he struggled against anyone.
Yeah. Lions are just reeling. Uh, if it was in Detroit, maybe I'd give them more of an edge, but I'll take the Rams as well. Colts at the Seahawks. I don't even know who's playing quarterback for the Colts. Oh, it might be Philip
Doesn't
Rivers.
matter. Seahawks,
Philip
Georgetown.
Rivers coming out of retirement.
Oh yeah, Philip Rivers. Good Lord.
I'll take Seattle. In Seattle, yeah. Packers at the Broncos. Who's the bigger fraud?
I think this is going to be a game that the Broncos win. This is going to be a good, like, prove it game. I think the defense gives Jordan Love a lot of problems.
I think
And
the
I think the
Packers
Broncos offense just enough.
I think the Packers defense gives Bo Nix some problems. So I'll take Green Bay here. I think
Fair enough.
Micah Parsons does a nice little 2.5, 3 sack game. Um, Titans at the 49ers. Okay, 49ers for both of us.
Niners are
Vikings.
rolling.
Vikings at the Cowboys. Sunday Night Football. Oof.
Get right game for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'll take Dallas. And then I mean, this is kind of intriguing. Dolphins at the Steelers. This is perfect for the
That's a
Ravens
stretch of a word.
because I feel like the
Uh,
Dolphins are going to win, and then the Ravens will get right back into first place.
I'm strapping on the Dolphins, man. They've won four in a
Yeah,
row.
yeah,
The
I'm with
Steelers
you.
stink. This is fool's gold. I'm on the Dolphins though.
Yeah, I'm taking them as well. So that is our game picks for the week. We will we will see what the Eagles do, man. I honestly I'm going into the game with no expectations.
I
It's
am going to be
been
disappointed.
it's been disappointing. I'm not excited to turn them on every Sunday like I used to be because they're in this little funk right now, disappointing everybody. But at home against the Raiders, they cannot put up a stinker. The town might actually burn. So,
Yeah, well, don't hold your breath.
but we will see. Until then, we have to fly Eagles fly. So, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Peace.